as anointed as you can be. Sometimes your anointing has a limitation. It determines the kind of people you can be able to reach. So God will have to anoint another person with a kind of grace strategic for the kind of people that you want to reach. You might have never masturbated before, never watched pornography before. In fact, you have never seen in your life, you have never aborted, don't even know what it means to be addicted. Everything you preach is how much more it is a sin for us to live as sinners. How can God send you to a sinner man? You don't even have a language for him to understand. But there may be another person that God has encountered him in his worst of state, and God has shown him help. That man, when he comes to speak to those people, he has a language for them to understand. So your anointing may actually be strategic to a kind of people, and another generation may never be listening to you, and yet you are genuinely called by God. So it will be wrong for you to think that another man that God is working with, God does not approve of him, because who approve men? Who called men to do the works of God? It's God. We have so many religious centers that we are ordained and called by men. Many of those places need to crash for God to really find expression. That is the reason why many people have been in church for 10 years and 5 years, and yet they cannot encounter God. Because men that have not been served new wine are trying to serve wine, and even the old wine they give is a poison. And the challenge is, whosoever you come under, anyone you come under, you submit to his spirit. If it's an occultic person, you'll be initiated without even knowing, because he transacts with your soul and your destiny. If he doesn't grow spiritually, you will never grow, because you will actually be within the limit that he is. What I'm trying to let you understand is this: whether you like it or not, there is a place meant for you in the kingdom. Our advantage is not how much more we manipulate people, it's how much we activate people to go and do the works of God. Everyone needs to come to a point where you can actually express God. Gathering membership is a waste of time. That's why when one man died, the place has scattered. When Jesus Christ died, he didn't scatter. That was just the beginning. If Ubani is not here today, can we do better than this? If we can't, he has failed. You measure your success by how many people you have been able to impact and raise to do more than you. Anybody that listens to me and follow me, if he cannot do better than me, he has failed. I have never desired to be like any father. I have desired to do better than them. The Lord appeared to me many years ago. Say, Philip said, I'm going to make you a hybrid of all the fathers. When you try to know him in the flesh, you're wasting your time. But you can never do better than the fathers if you actually don't know more than what they know. God will have to teach you what he taught them and teach you what he didn't teach them. So the strength of the fathers will be in how much more they align to the sons. Because in the years that God has given to them, if he gives you that same years, you will do better than them in keeping to that quantum of that years. What I'm trying to let you understand, there is much more work apportioned for each and every one of us that is here. The fathers have inspired us, challenged us, released impartation and grace upon us. We must do better. If we fail to do better, the darkness will swallow us. And when it swallows, it's not because they have failed, sometimes because we have failed. Don't do religion as usual. An average believer does not even know how to engage the spiritual things that will give him an advantage. Cornelius is a carnal man, according to your own definition. But the Bible said that man remained consistently. Every time they were doing it. Fasting was a normal thing, prayer was a normal thing, giving was a normal thing. The key is consistency. There's nothing that he is doing today that it's not something that he has been doing for a very long time. You can never happen overnight. You must be consistent with God. When you are consistent with God, not willing to give up, the devil will give up on you. It doesn't matter how the devil hits you. Check very well. Many more times, God don't give up on people. It's them that give up on themselves. No matter how worse you are, as long as you can still cry again, help is not too far from a man that can cry. The help of God is always available for a man that can cry. And God is the one that does the signs and the wonders. Anytime you see God does anything through a man, forget about the man. It's God that does it. That same God that does it, he can do it through you. So the goal is not to gather us and manipulate us, use us to become a ladder to now climb to the top. The goal is to empower each and every one to become that which God has ordained for them to be. Then if I come and meet you after like 3 years, I ask you, what actually is the burden of the Lord keeping to your life? What the Lord really will want to have you do? If you cannot tell me anything, that means something is wrong. Go to our churches today and meet anybody and ask him, you have been in church for the past 5 years. What does it mean to be a Christian? Why are you a Christian? What are you going to do upon the face of the earth? What is the ordination of God upon your life? Ask him basic question, you can't even define it. And that is why it's not a challenge to them to still be members of church and members of party halls. Because it's just to them, it's another place to just go. We must be able to change the course of our pursuit. If not, you'll be in church for many years and you may never become anything. Never. Anytime they release impartation upon you, utilize it. Grow in the impartation. Anyone that you see that do better than you today, I always say do two things. Either know more than you or maybe pray more than you. Anyone. And I realize that one of the easiest way to grow in impartation is to know more and to pray more. Every impartation requires a measure of prayer for it to work. Every knowledge requires a level of prayer for it to work. And every impartation has to require knowledge to make it function. I cannot come and lay hands on you and say, go and fly a plane now. There is a knowledge required. So as we begin to transfix realm in the spirit will keep you. And they will begin to teach you. Sometimes when you are done praying, they come to you at night. And they begin to breathe upon you. Wisdom. Those things are not necessarily needed for you to preach them. They are supposed to be the required model manual to regulate your life for it to work. If not, if those impartations are not put inside of you, you can still know a thing and do it haphazardly. And sometimes you cannot even do it again. There is nothing I do that I cannot do times 2 again. Nothing. I know what to do now. Oh, sorry. Help me appreciate. I think you are done appreciating Apostle. Help me appreciate. Sheyi Praise. I just get to meet him now. Help me appreciate Ebuka. He's a powerful man with strong apostolic and psalmist grace. Again, Monex is here. My friend Apostle Daniel is here. Apostle Amos, Emmanuel, Thor. I don't know again. Now I went for a meeting. I didn't acknowledge one reverend. He got very angry. So I don't know if you are ordained. You are here. We appreciate you. We are not ordained. We are sent by God. The day they will ordain you, they ordain you a reverend or a bishop. If you keep that title to yourself, you are wrong. Find out what did God have for you. Work according to that. If you are waiting for the day men will approve of you in the body of Christ, they will never. An average man in the body of Christ is selfish. Today men go up, and you know what they do? They take the ladder and say, go and destroy it. Wise men are men that lift others. Because in the days when you are weary, you will look downward. No matter how high you go, a time is going to come, you will go down. Growth in itself, most times when you go up, you have to go down again. There's something that John Salmon taught us many years ago. He said the season of abundance will always prepare you for the season of lack. And the season of lack will always prepare you for the season of abundance. If you don't have that sense, you'll be wasted in time. You will think you are happening. You will never happen forever. You can never. Not in this kingdom. No man happen forever. No man. It doesn't matter billions of congregation you have. One day One day is one day. That abundance will come to lack. But in the midst of lack, if you return back to the God that helped you, He will bring you again to abundance. That's how it works. That's how life even works basically. You can have 10 million today, tomorrow you have 0 naira. Next tomorrow you now have 50 million. Next tomorrow that's how it works. But if you don't understand how this thing works, most times when you go to the season of lack, you now destroy yourself, or sometimes you give up. What I'm trying to let you understand is for us to grow to maturity, to actually become that which you ought to be in the Lord. The reason why Lagos has not changed is because you and I have not changed. If God can actually have 20 of Ebuka, 30 of Ubani, 30 of my Posodania, 30 of, at least if everybody in Lagos can truly be like you, that means if you even look like a prototype, because sometimes even if they look like you, there will be a challenge, because you know your life is in crisis. So you are not enough a prototype for God to replicate. I don't know what I'm saying now. But I'm trying to say that if everybody in Lagos at least can become like you, that can see somebody phone and look for the owner and give, and see somebody 1 million and look for the owner and give. If everybody in Lagos can carry the fire of God and that can actually be pure, can be Puritan like you, Lagos will change. But if I'm not sure of you, even if God multiply 1,000 of you, He still fail. That's why He will leave you the way you are. The reason why, no matter how our churches are, the membership may be much, God cannot duplicate the pastors. He cannot release the same, because He knows even if He does that, it's a failure. Because the pastor himself is a challenge to God. God is looking for how to help the man.